Hello, listeners, and welcome back to Have I Got a Story for You? Today, we're going to listen to a tale about a young man, Joseph, and his many brothers. For more great stories from Torah and other Jewish texts, be sure to subscribe to our shows on your favorite podcast platform. Just search PJ Library. Joseph had a beautiful, special coat made of many colors. It was a gift from his father, Jacob. None of Joseph's brothers had a coat like that. All 11 of his brothers felt that Joseph was clearly their father's favorite son. Whenever Joseph wore his special coat, the brothers could not stop staring at it. It was like a constant reminder that their father loved Joseph the most. When Joseph was 17, his father sent him out to help take care of the family's flock of sheep, along with all of his brothers. Joseph put on his coat and went out to the fields. "You're not doing a good job with these sheep," Joseph told his brothers. "You're letting the lambs wander away." The brothers grumbled and scowled at Joseph, but Joseph did not care. When they got back to their father's house, he told Jacob what he'd seen while out with the flocks. The brothers were starting to dislike Joseph. They could hardly say anything nice to him. Sometimes they even wished he wasn't around. Then one morning, Joseph said to his brothers, "Listen to this dream I had last night. We were harvesting grain out in the fields, and my bundle of grain stood up straight, but your bundles of grain gathered around and bowed down to my bundle." "You mean like you're going to rule over us? Is that it?" the brothers asked. They were feeling like they disliked Joseph more and more. Joseph had another dream. This time, the moon and the sun and 11 stars bowed down to him, he said. And now his brothers were very angry. They wanted to do something about Joseph, something really bad. They just didn't know what. Not yet. One day, when the brothers had taken the sheep to a faraway valley, Jacob called Joseph to him. "Go and see how your brothers are and how the flocks are doing, and bring word back to me," he told Joseph. Joseph nodded and left. While the brothers were sitting with their sheep watching them graze, one brother saw a little dot in the distance. "Look," he said, "it's Joseph the dreamer. I can tell by his coat." Another brother squinted. "He never takes that thing off. What's he doing here?" "He's probably come to spy on us," another one said, and everyone laughed. "I know what we should do," one said. "Let's knock him into one of those big pits we've seen. Then we can tell everyone that he went away." He smirked. So much for those dreams of his. But another brother, Reuben, shook his head. "No, listen, that is wrong. Let's just mess with him a little, but we don't want to hurt him." The brothers looked at each other. "Maybe. We'll see," they said. "I have to go back and check on our father," Reuben said. "I will be back soon." He headed off just as Joseph came to the group. "Brothers," Joseph said, breathing hard. "Finally, I found you. I looked around, but then a man told me you were here." Before he could say another word, his brothers grabbed him and stole his beautiful coat right off his back, and then threw him down into one of the big pits. "There," one of them said. "Took care of that problem. I'm hungry. Let's eat." But as they were off and eating, a group of traders with camels came by. They were heading toward Egypt, and a brother named Judah had an idea. "Hey, let's sell Joseph to these traders, and then at least we'll get some money. Plus, he won't be here to boss us around anymore." The others agreed, and together they pulled Joseph up out of the pit. He was dirty, scared, and mad, but he didn't resist when the brothers handed him over to the traders for 20 pieces of silver. When Reuben came back and saw the empty pit, he burst into tears. "He's gone," he cried. "Our father will be so upset. What are we going to do?" "We have to make it look like a wild animal got him," one of the brothers said. He held up Joseph's torn coat. "We'll mess this coat up and show it to our father." When Jacob saw the ripped coat, he cried and cried. "Joseph was torn by a beast," he wailed. The brothers tried to comfort him, but he was too sad. Meanwhile, the traders had taken Joseph to Egypt and sold him to one of Pharaoh's helpers. The brothers didn't know that over time, Joseph would become best friends with Pharaoh. He would help Pharaoh understand dreams. Eventually, Joseph would even help save Egypt from terrible hunger, and he would help save his brothers from that hunger too. Most importantly, Joseph would see his father again. They would be reunited and be a family once more. This episode was written by Emma Carlson Burnett and produced by Ali Thresher. Our music is licensed from Epidemic Sound. If you enjoyed this story, please be sure to rate us on Apple Podcasts. For more, visit pjlibrary.org/podcast.